ACLU is suing the Department of Homeland Security and ICE on behalf of a student at Oregon State University whose student visa was revoked.
Fox 4's Joe Vathiathil joins us now in studio. Joe, we've just heard from one of the lawyers in the case. What do they have to say?
Well, we'll get to that in a second, Sean. We just got off just got done with an interview with them. But first, I do want to give a little background here on the story. So, more than 900 students at about 130 different colleges and universities have had their student visas revoked in the past few weeks. That's according to the Associated Press. We know of 22 of those cases in Oregon. 13 of them are at Oregon State, and one of those is PhD candidate Aaron Ortega-Gonzalez. He was studying the restoration of Oregon ranch lands impacted by wildfires when, on April 4th, his student visa was revoked. Gonzalez says no reason was given to him for the visa being pulled. Now the ACLU of Oregon is suing the Trump administration on his behalf. And they have, by the way, the ACLU has similar lawsuits on behalf of students in other states as well. As it relates to Ortega, the ACLU says he was denied due process and given no chance to respond as required by law. Their suit asks the court to reinstate his F-1 visa status and allow him to return to his studies and avoid deportation. The lawsuit says to legally terminate a student's status, the student must fail to take full courses of study, engage in unauthorized employment, or be convicted of a violent crime. And they say none of those situations exist in this case. Oregon State's administration has said that international students are typically not at risk of having their immigration status terminated without notification, and the university is offering support to any impacted students. An attorney representing Ortega says he has received no notice from the government and only found out that his status was revoked when the university told him.
He was shocked and didn't really fully understand what was happening. He was directed by his university to reach out to a lawyer to try to talk about his options, but he really had no idea that this was coming. Again, had no notice from the government, and we don't know why the status was terminated.
Now, last month, the Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the State Department was revoking visas held by visitors who act counter to national interests, including people who show support for terrorist groups. But again, Aaron Ortega-Gonzalez says he was given no reason as to why his student visa would be revoked and adds that he's never committed a crime or even a traffic violation in the U.S. or anywhere else. This morning, we reached out to Homeland Security and ICE about the Ortega case. Now, ICE replied only to say that the agency doesn't comment on litigation. Homeland Security did not offer any specific comment on the Ortega case, but did say that they review a national student database to look for potential violations that could lead to a visa being revoked. And they say when that happens, Homeland Security says the person is notified and typically given 10 days to leave the country. Although Ortega says he has not heard anything from the government at all yet about his status. He only learned it from the school, and he's not been told that he needs to leave or when he needs to leave. None of that has come from the government itself. And again, this is all part of a story that we're seeing nationwide. And judges in 3 different states have now issued temporary restraining orders to restore the status of students who have had their visas revoked. And of course, those cases are making their way through the court system. Kim and Shauna, back to you.